the Looking Back.
Every
And
Era
I
of
think,
City.
yeah,
Really?
I think also for people who may not be familiar with the area, like it's always interesting if you have something that's paying homage to a city or a place that's not like New York, LA, Atlanta. But I think she did it wonderfully though. So once I actually listened to the song, I was like, oh, this is dope. And I don't think it brought down
That is
the song. Because also the other thing about it is it was educational. And then, growing up in Jersey, I didn't grow up in Newark, but it was right across the way. So it was like, yeah, somebody talking about, they're right up the street.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, my friends that I started to have, they grew up in these areas that she's singing about. And I would be hanging out in these same areas that she's talking about,
I am blown away that was your selection, but your explanation just like made it make sense. And you brought up a point that in one way or another, I bring up often on the channel, this idea of when rappers or artists make this choice to make a song that has content that's so specific to a thing that's special to them, but may not be as widely understood by the masses. It's a creative risk. It's a creative chance you're taking. And I didn't think about this. I always thought about this song as being educational for me. I'm like, oh, I'm learning about how Lauren grew up, because we all knew she was suburban. She never claimed to be from like the bricks, the rough side of life, but she always gave you this impression, similar to Queen Latifah, that she was from a space where she could easily put her foot in one world, out the other. Like if she didn't live there on her block, she might have hung out in these areas. And so it was educational for me. I remember things like when she said the line about Freeland Heights, and then I had no idea what the hell she was talking about until I was in the beginning of like my career as a professional, and I had to take a job interview, and the job interview was on Freeland Heights. I was like, oh, that's a
Freeland Heights.
I was like, that's an avenue. That's a German name avenue in that part of New Jersey. I'm like, oh, that's what she was saying. And shout out to that whole Central Jersey, East Orange, South Orange.
North Jersey, it ain't Central. Central Jersey is more like...
No, I'm shouting out Central Jersey because that's where she's from.
Orange?
Yeah.
That's right by Newark. That is Central Jersey.
Those things are considered Northern New Jersey?
Central Jersey is more like Brunswick. Like,
what?
Literally the middle of the state. That's still North Jersey.
New
Brunswick
Brunswick
New York.
Feels to me, and I'm from New York, so I
past
don't know.
New Brunswick is more like South Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. New Brunswick feels like the South to me. It takes so long to get to New Brunswick from New York. That's like Philly is 2 exits away from New Brunswick. So I'm like,
not.
Get out of here.
If you drive to Philly, you still gonna be
New Brunswick is like exit. Y'all can, anybody here from the tri-state, like, leave comments, please.
As someone who was raised in Jersey City, went to college in New Brunswick, and I had a friend best friend who grew up in South Jersey, like undisputably South Jersey, like right next to Philly.
I'm not gonna challenge you. I'm just saying what it feels like as a driver. I feel like New Brunswick is exit 12 on the turnpike, right?
It is exit 9. No, exit 14. 15, 14 is Jersey City. 13 is Elizabeth, which is right after Newark.
Mm-hmm.
Technically 14 you could take to get to Newark too, because it's going to be right in that dividing section where you either go to Jersey City or you go to Newark.
Mm-hmm.
But most people also in Jersey, or other half of people, it's really Parkway that people like judge. Like, how far are we? Where we at? What exit?
Yeah, that's how I base everything. Anything under exit 12, I'm already looking at Philly.
But Parkway, Garden State Parkway,
right,
and New Jersey Turnpike, 2 separate things.
Yes, they are.
Depending on what area of Jersey you in, like more people in, like growing up in Jersey City, I was more on Turnpike.
Mm-hmm.
But the further west you go into Jersey, especially North Jersey, you on Parkway.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Parkway.
Yeah, but I'm not either. It's growing on me, but
back to the interview.